Yeah, well it's been like on and off the back burner to get the record finished, and we sort of like got that completed. Then thought, well, I've got a bit of time off from my day job, and thought, well, we might as well check it out and cast it out there and see what people think, you know. And I think the mandate is we don't want to change the world with it. We've already done that in bands we've been in before. You know, we've got a pretty good record between us. Just want to get out and have a good time and play some tunes.
Fantastic.
And Glasgow is always top of the list because we love it here.
It's a real kind of mixture. That, you know, that there's going to be elements, I think, of everyone's respective bands that they'll be able to sort of lock onto. But it's just a sort of, it's like Manny says, it's just like, you know, a collection of songs. There's no kind of big agenda behind it. You know, it was just a bunch of mates getting together making music, and it wasn't put together in a traditional way. I mean, you know, it was done little bits here and there, you know, due to commitments that everyone else had. And you know, I think we were all quite surprised when you know, we looked around and realised we had a body of work, and it was like, right, well, you know, let's see if we can go out and see how it translates onto the stage.
Well, we're like 3 gigs in now, and you get up there and you're playing 11 songs for people that you've never heard.
Yeah.
And they've gone for it, which has been alright, so maybe they're hearing something that they like in there. It's quite eclectic, there's a bit of reggae in there, some nice poppy stuff. It's just the sound of some guys having a good time making music. There's not enough of it about, you know. There's no pressure, we've not put ourselves under any pressure to have to emulate anything or be anything. It's just good time, kick-ass rock and roll, basically.
I've known Manny for a long time. I moved to Manchester about, what was it in '99, and I was in a band called Haven, so I got to know Manny through the sort of music fraternity of Manchester. Worked with Johnny Marr, and you know, through that connection, sort of hooked up with a lot of other people. And I lived not far from where Manny was living. You know, we used to see each other at gigs, you know, bars, all the usual haunts, and the Haven thing sort of came to an end, and I was at a loose end, and these guys they'd tried various other singers, they'd tried getting other you know, other of their mates involved, you know, from other bands, but it just wasn't working for whatever reason. So I had the time on my hands, and it just sort of seemed like it was a nice natural step, really.
Ucky had sort of like spent ages doing like an indie kid X Factor thing, and with him as the fat Simon Cowell, and it's pretty difficult to get a singer who looks good, who can write good lyrics and has got a real presence about him. And you know, what we wanted basically was to get a fresh kid who's untried, so we could torture him like various lead singers have tortured us in the past. That was Ucky's mandate. He's a cool sod, isn't he? But this guy's good. If you wait when you hear his voice, he's a tremendous singer. He's causing waves at the moment, you know. Anyone who's seen these last 3 shows, it's a lot of focus is coming on to Mr. Briggs here. He's a great singer, and he brings a bit of youth to the band. You know, you want to be looking at a couple of old Nesbits like me and Peter Hook all night. You want a bit of eye candy for the girls, innit? So, you know, it's all working out beautifully. Yeah, we're doing a Screamadelica thing in November, so they're sort of like busy going through old 20-year-old tapes, and all the you know, we want to do it like start to finish, absolutely word of the gospel, you know. So all them old sounds that Weather all got with vintage old machinery, we're going to have to try and redo all that, emulate it, and so we've got the 2 gigs at Olympia in November, which sold out in no time. And then hopefully we might take it on the road next year. Not England. I hate them. Yeah, my country's Manchester United. I think you can perm anyone from The Italians are always, they're sneaky. They start off pretty rubbish and they build up and they like sneak through by the skin of the teeth.
Spain are looking
good. Brazil are looking good.
Argentina,
and I've got, do you know what? For some strange reason, Holland are entering my mind.
Yeah, there's not a lot at all about this.
But I'm gutted, man. I'm a Republic of Ireland supporter, and that Thierry Henry wants his batty kicking. But you know what? Having been a player there, he's got the respect. He knows how to be a manager or a player at Glasgow Celtic. There's an ethos that Jock Stein put in place, the same as we've got what Busby put in place at United. But Celtic's my second team, by the way. Neil Lennon knows, he's tapped into that. He knows what works. So I think they should give him a shot. Yeah. And hopefully Celtic will get hold of some money and bring the glory days back, because what happened last season, I really don't like. I don't like it at all. Not good, but my fate's in Neil Lennon. Do you know what? If I'd have known you could buy Man United on someone else's money, I'd have bought them myself. Yeah, I'd have asked Noel Gallagher for a sub. He's probably got it. Mind you, he's a City fan, and he'd probably told me to offer something.
Excellent.
But it shouldn't be allowed. You know, Platini and Blatter, right? They're trying to bring laws in to cripple the English game now. Funnily enough, they didn't seem to do that when the Italians had all the money in the 80s and the 90s. But they're absolutely cacking it. That English teams are dominating European, competitions. So what they're going to bring this thing in now, you've got to kind of live within your means, kind of thing, which could be good. You know, it's gone out of control. It's so bourgeois. It's disgusting. You know, the people have had their game stolen and by money men and big time capitalists. Please, mister, can we have our ball back, because it is our ball.